The German Education Union in Berlin stands in solidarity with the colleagues who are striking and protesting in the UK today. Our British sister union, the National Education Union, is also on the streets in England and Wales today to fight for wages to rise above the inflation rate. Teachers in the UK have lost 23% of their real pay since 2010. School support staff have lost 27%. The average 5% increase in wages this year is 7 percentage points behind the UK inflation rate, so the real wage loss threatens to continue unless workers fight decisively. The hurdles to calling a strike in the UK are already very high. A majority of members must take part in a ballot, and of those, a majority must vote in favour of strike action. In England and Wales, over 90% of teachers voted in favour of strike action, with a turnout of between 53 and 59%. This means that 23,400 schools across the country are now on strike. But school support staff can only take part in the strike in Wales, as the turnout in England, despite a large majority in favour of the strike, was just under 50%. So school support staff in England therefore are prevented by anti-union legislation from striking today together, side by side, with their colleagues. Although a large number of them wanted to take part in the strike, they have to look after children in their schools today. The schools therefore remain open. What have governments and courts not come up with to hinder our struggles for more pay and better working conditions? The attacks now planned by the British Conservative government are designed to do just that and make it even more difficult for us to close down entire companies and institutions. In future, workers will be obliged to keep their workplace running with a skeleton crew. The whole point of strikes is to paralyse the workplace. Our full solidarity goes to all workers of all professions in Britain. If we allow our strike power to be weakened at one point, then the government and employers will use that as a starting point to impose further restrictions. In Germany, just as in the UK, better working conditions will only be achieved if those working in the enterprises fight for them. According to the Standing Scientific Commission of the Conference of the Ministers of Education and Cultural Affairs, teachers at German schools will work even longer hours in the future and teach even more children and young people. The quality of education and working conditions will continue to deteriorate. The German Education Union in Berlin demands the opposite. We demand a collective agreement from the State of Berlin on health protection for smaller classes and more staff. We call on teachers, social workers and social psychologists to give the alleged experts of the Conference of Ministers of Education and Cultural Affairs a clear answer in the streets and to participate en masse in the strikes called by the German Education Union on Tuesday and Wednesday next week. Let's use our right to strike, then let's protect our right to strike. The right to strike is a human right. Full solidarity with the colleagues who are defending the right to strike in Britain today.